Happy Sunday morning and welcome back to the 7th House Art Studio. Today I'm starting a new project and this is my second time using Sharpies. So, I have a lot here. A lot. Okay, so, and I thought it would be best. I'm going to be trying some techniques that I've seen on other videos to see how this works out. And I am using the Artist Loft marker paper. I think that might help. And I'm doing Tweety Bird. I wanted to do something kind of simple and cartoonish. So, with that, let's see how this goes. So I haven't tested, I don't have a reference picture, so this is going to be all from memory. So I'm going to test out my colors. That looks like a good one. Of course, these Sharpies don't have color names or numbers or anything like that. So let's see. This is just, I'm testing these on regular copy paper. That's kind of dark. But I'll set it aside. That's a little, that might work. And I am remembering that his eyes are blue. Okay. And I don't have a white Sharpie. I don't think, do they make white Sharpies? Do you know? Let me know. So I do have this, well, I know somewhere in here I got a jelly roll. There we go. A jelly roll. So, using different techniques that I've seen, let's see how this works out. Of course, we know Tweety Bird is all yellow. Make sure I'm in the shot. Mostly. So what I've seen on different YouTubers is you want to work in small areas at a time. Like I'm so tempted to color all this in yellow at first. But if you're wanting to blend, you need to work in small areas. So let's start off. Because you want to be able to blend while the ink is still wet. And these Sharpies are, I'm thinking, alcohol markers because they do smell like alcohol. So I might be going in too big of an area right here. So let's put that down and, oh, okay, no. Hold up. So I'm going to, okay, so with this technique, which is just using the same color over top of the previous color, you can like layer. So let's go ahead and do, and I've also gotten another tip from another viewer from my first attempt of using Sharpies. That viewer said to not do strokes like this because it dries out the marker faster for one reason. That it is best to use in small motions. Okay, so I'm going to, and I don't know the names of these techniques, so I apologize for that. And so far, I am liking the marker paper because my first attempt I just tried it on copy paper. I just wanted to see how they would do and how I would do. I guess mostly a test run for myself. And this is going to be in real time. Unfortunately for you, I'm not a big fan of editing. I don't have 8 hours to edit a video. Got too much going on. So if you want to fast forward without any commentary, it's completely understandable. But to be able to get the full effects of different techniques, it may be best just to snuggle down and watch and listen. So, and I may, you know, like I said, this is only my second try, but we're going to try together these different techniques that I've seen and try to educate myself on. So this is the first technique that I watched or learned, and I'm just going to do with that. Unfortunately, my pencil mark is like dragging up with the ink. So I think one thing would be to do is erase your pencil marks as much as you can and still be able to see. So there's one lesson that we both learned together. Okay, so the first technique was to color it all in and then go over with the same color to layer. Yeah, definitely erase your marker point, your pencil marks as much as you possibly can. Okay, so, because this is kind of messing up with that. Okay, so I'm just going over with the same color. Hopefully you can see that. I wonder if I can zoom in a little bit. Bear with me. A little bit. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going over with the same color. I'm trying to do some definition and shading. Maybe I need to go slower. All right. It's kind of working a little bit. Is it picking up? Yeah, it's picking up a little bit. Okay, so I'm just repeatedly going over with the same color to do some shading and definition. Maybe I'm going too fast. I'm trying not to bore you. I also want it to turn out kind of decent. And it might take several passovers to get the effect. Alright, so let's try to do a little bit of definition in the middle. Okay, so if you're liking this content, make sure to check out some of my other videos and hit that like button, leave a comment, maybe subscribe, help my channel grow. I'd really appreciate it. And the people out there that want to leave a negative comment, go right ahead. You know what you're doing? You're helping the algorithm by doing some activity on the video. So think of that next time you want to leave a negative comment. You're still helping the algorithm for that YouTube channel. Alright, so that's one technique. Keep going over and over. Okay, so then another technique is to add, where did my lid go? I don't want this to dry out. There it is. To add there's not many yellows in this Sharpie pack. To add a different shade of the same color Okay. So I'm adding this other variation of yellow that I have. And this is a different nib too. So this is more of a fine tip. Okay, so I wish I had another yellow in this fatter point. But we're layering, so that's the idea. Just keep layering and blending. And yeah. Okay, so and I'll do another on the body. I'll do another technique if it works, hopefully. Okay. So I'm just going to add some more down here to his cheeks. I'm liking how that's turning out. And I'm doing this from memory of my reference picture because I don't have it pulled up. So if I do something that's not quite right, it'll be okay. Okay, so another technique was feathering, I think it was called. Oh, that's really bright orange. So it was like quick, or not quick, but short areas at a time. So and you gotta keep with, and you want to work with it while it's still wet. So I'm going to stop here. So this is called feathering, if I'm remembering correctly. And I'm going to do it while it's still wet, so you want to work kind of fast so it can blend, which I am not doing a great job of that, am I? Okay, let's find, no, that's too dark. Oh, that's too dark. Okay, what about this one? That might work. So, okay, yeah, still wet. So I got this medium shade now, and it's blending much better. All right, that blended a whole lot better. Okay, so you want to go to from like dark, medium, light. You don't want too big of a difference in colors and different, hues. I don't know. So we'll just keep doing little areas at a time. And that seems to be blending quite nicely. I think this might work better with a chisel tip. Ooh, this is working out really good. Okay, I know he's not orange, but I'm mostly trying to get the techniques for Sharpies down. Oh yeah, that's working out great. And I'm also noticing that the marker paper makes a big difference. And it does take several layers to keep going over to your blending. And you definitely got to work small areas and work while it's still wet. Okay, so, and this again is called feathering. Okay, there was another one that I found really interesting, which I think I'm going to do next. I guess it's called feathering because you use feathery like strokes. I definitely wish I had another yellow in here with the bullet tip. It would make a big difference because it's making him look, excuse me, making him look orange. But it's, like I said, it's mostly about the technique here. Let's try this green one. Let's see what that does. Oh no, that's too dark. That's too green. I thought it'd be more of a yellowish. Okay. So another technique was very interesting. And at first I thought it would mess up the Sharpies, but I think it won't. But it was like, okay, excuse me. I don't know what this technique is called, but I thought it was really neat. So you get your two different colors here, and I guess it's called a gradual, I don't know. So you put the two together. I can't put the two together. Put the two together, and the color that you want to start out with is what you put on top of the other one, and the ink kind of leaks into the nib of the other one. Okay, so then you start out with orange, or start out with the top color. Okay, and then it should start turning back to yellow anytime now. And it should start turning, well, maybe I put too much in. I think I put too much of the orange on top of the, there it goes. Now it's turning yellow. And it's a gradual effect. Oh, this is so neat. It slowly turns back to yellow. This is so cool, guys. I think this is my favorite technique. Oh, look at that. That is so cool. And it, you know, the orange doesn't stay, or the top color doesn't stay into your bottom color, because eventually it works its way out. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Can you see that? That is so neat. That is so much fun, too. Oh, well, look what I did. Okay, let's do it again, because that was really cool. I put too much on it the first time. So let's just stop right there. Okay, so we got orange. Let's turn it into yellow-orange. Now it's turning yellow. And you could probably go up, oh yeah, and you can go back up here and blend it a little bit more. Okay, this is my favorite. I love this technique. That is fast, that is easy, that is fun. Let's do it up here. Okay, so let's just try this. Oh, look. Okay, now we can blend this in. Oh, look at that. And I could just keep going back over. I don't want a whole bunch in there. Oh, you guys got to try this. You know what? This would probably work on any marker, any alcohol marker. You know, I would definitely test it out with your less expensive markers. If you have Copics, I wouldn't do it. Okay. That is so cool. Okay, so I'm going to make the rest of him yellow. And I don't know if colorless blenders will work on here. I have one somewhere, but I don't have it readily available. I don't think. Oh, I do. Haha. Oh, that's a color pencil blender. Would that work? What else? I'm going to try this. Let's just try this. I'm curious. A colorless pencil blender. No, it just makes it wet. So that doesn't work. But let's finish with Tweety's little body. I have an idea. So we could fill him in. All here with the yellow little body. And then try this. try to do some more blending. I didn't like that too much. So this doesn't seem to be working so much with, well, let's try it again. Ooh, these are strongly scented. I can really smell the alcohol in these. Okay, so there is that technique. And his beak. I think his beak is a little more orange. Okay, did I try this one? That one looks red. All right, so let's go with this one for the beak. I don't really remember exactly how it's colored, but we're going to do this. We're going to let that dry for a second and go over it again, as in the first technique where you're taking the same marker, the same color, and building up that shading. Who knew that coloring or drawing with Sharpies would be so much fun? It's so cool. Feet. Are the feet in the picture? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to use the same one for the feet as I did for the beak. I think I am. Is that the same one? No, this is the one. Okay. So we're going to work in small areas. No, wait a minute. Okay, we're going to use the first technique on here and fill in the whole thing and use the layering, building up, whatever it's called, technique. Let's do it like this. So if you have any other pointers, I would really appreciate. That'd be cool. And I do appreciate you stopping by. And if you made it this far, thank you, thank you, thank you. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you. Okay, so on one foot. Okay, so there's one. And of course, two. And yeah, remember to erase your pencil marks as much as you can, you know, so you can still see the drawing, of course, but it's kind of really effing up. And my background sound, I thought it would be appropriate to have Looney Tune, Tweety Bird, cartoons playing. Alright. I don't usually normally do artwork that are cartoons. I usually do abstract or portraits, abstract portraits. But this is really fun. Okay, so then we're going to build up. I'm going to do some more layering here for shading. And also I learned that keep in mind that where you put your marker down is where you're going to get the most ink. So if you want this little corner here, yeah, if you want this little corner here to be the darkest, so you just, that's where you start with your Sharpie, because it's going to lay down the most ink in your stroke. So let's say I want this part of this leg to be darker right here, so that's where I'm going to start. Don't start here in the middle where you want it to be light. You want it to be here. Okay. Okay. Let's do a little bit here. Okay, so now we'll do this one. We'll add some more layers while that side dries. Okay, let's... You know, growing up, we watched Looney Tunes. Of course, they played, at that time, they played them mostly on Saturday mornings. And at that time, I didn't realize how annoying Tweety Bird's voice is. Oh, he's a cute character. I'm sure that, you know, that voice is suitable, but it's getting on my nerves. Okay. So we're going to go back here and add a little bit more layers. And I know this is a long video, but I think to get the full, I'm a little hating when I do that, get the full concepts of these, I felt like it needed to be real time. Alright, so let's try, let's see if I can add, let's try adding some, layering some yellow in here. Oh yeah, that's working out pretty good. It's giving some yellow highlights. And I'm just putting it where I think highlights might be. Oh yeah, that's working out really good. So their layering is definitely necessary if you want to do an actual like art piece with Sharpies. You know, you're not just going to be coloring in solid blocks of color. I mean, you can, but I really like how this is turning out. So let's see what we can do up here. It's not really blending anything because it's already dry, but it is covering up some of those stroke marks. So it doesn't look as, you know, like you just went. So it is blending those out a little bit better. I know he looks kind of wonky, but I was testing out different techniques. So we'll do some more layering up here. Blend out my pencil. Okay, adding some more layers up here for more definition. Okay. So I think Tweety Bird is getting close to being finished. Okay. Oh, he looks so cute. Now I remember his eyes being blue. I think this part was blue. Yeah, that would make sense because his pupil would be black. It would look pretty freaky the other way around, wouldn't it? Okay. And, okay. There we go. Make sure I get the color all the way down. I know these eyes aren't like symmetrical. One's a little fatter than the other one. But I sketched this out sitting in my recliner watching TV one night. So it's not perfect. But that's okay. What is perfect? And it's okay to be imperfect because there's no such thing as perfection. Keep that in mind. Okay, so we're going to do some little bit of shading and layering here. For some depth. This first technique works out pretty good too because you get definitions and shadings and without too much, without a lot of crazy different color change because it's, I don't know, I'm babbling at this point. Okay, so let that dry for a little bit and I'm going to find my black fine tip here. Color in this. Well, actually, let's not use that one. Let's use the fatter one. Yeah, that works out better. More even. Oh, he's so cute. Okay, I don't know. I doubt you can build up layers with the black one. So now let's try to do just a little bit more here. Okay. So that's pretty cool. And the white is pretty white. Let that dry for a second. And I can now take my black fine tip one and just do some tweaking here. Some tweeting here. I remember when I was in college, and this is when Twitter first kind of came out, and we had to write a paper on Twitter, and I thought it was such a stupid concept that I named my paper "Twitter is for Twits." My professor laughed at me and shook his head. I really never got on Twitter. I tried it a couple times. I just didn't see the point. Okay. So I'm not going to do this too much because I'm starting to kind of make it look bad. Alright. So those eyes are now popping. Let's do some eyelashes. Oh, yes. Definitely use the finer point for fine liner type one for small details. It's going to make a big difference. So far I'm pretty happy with my Tweety bird. Let's just do a little bit here, even though I have a lot of pencil mark there. Just to make it more defined. Oh, I forgot his little hairs. Now, should I put a black all the way around? I'm thinking I'm going to do, if I have one. What color is this? That's just basically yellow. I'm trying to find like a dark yellow or a brown, and oh, here we go. I don't know. I don't want to mess him up. Do I want to outline him? I don't know. I'm not really good at like small straight lines. This is a dark brown. Yeah, see, I screw up fine lines. I don't have a really steady hand. See, I went off. Yeah, I'm still here. I can breathe now. Oh, you know what? Okay. Finish him up here. Tweety Bird's looking awful cute. Yeah, I don't have the steadiest hand. Alright, so, and one more thing and then I'll wrap this up. Just want to outline his eyes here a little bit. Oh, he's so cute. Maybe go over to the eyes a little bit. Darken it up. So okay, I lied. Let's see how the jelly roll works on top of the Sharpie. So this is a Jelly Roll 08. Let's get that ink flowing there. Okay. Put a little highlight on his eyes here. They work out good. Oh, it's so cute. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully I'm turning this the right way. There's all the Sharpies. There's the finished product. You know, it's not the world's greatest Sharpie art, but try different techniques. It got colored outside the lines. I don't have the world's steadiest hand. I think that might be why I do more abstract work. This is more forgiving. But, yeah. He's cute. Thank you for watching, and I hope you stuck around the whole time, and I hope this helped you as well as it did me. So try some Sharpies. You can use any kind of paper, but I did find that the marker paper worked out better. And hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. Help my channel grow. Thank you and have a great day.